What do you think of when you hear the word disability?
Someone who is disabled in some way.
As in, elaborate on that.
Maybe someone who is missing a limb or has had an accident of some sort where it's affected their mind. Someone who has a disease that affects the way they live.
When I hear the disability, I think immediately of God's purpose. And to me, God's purposes and the way He sees things are not always the way we see things. I don't like the word disability because I don't believe there are disabled people in the world. There are no disabled people in the world. There are people who have been created by God, and He has a purpose for each and every one.
My first initial reaction would be like a physical disability more than anything else.
Do you think disability is necessarily a disadvantage?
No, I don't.
Elaborate on that.
Okay. I think a lot of people learn to overcome what their disability is in many ways, and I think it also depends on the support that they get from their home and their community as to how much they can and cannot do.
No, not at all. In some cases, it may feel like it's a disadvantage, and trying to get to grips with it, you might feel as if you've been disadvantaged compared to other human beings. But if you look at the whole picture and what God has planned for you, it is for your good.
Not necessarily, no. In terms of jobs and things like that, I don't think that it's an issue, because I think there's things that you can do to get around it. Even with like sport, there's different types of activities. We have the Olympics, Paralympics, etc. So there's no real reason why people can't do things that others can do, able-bodied people can do.
Do you consider people with disabilities a part of everyday culture and everyday living?
Absolutely. God created everyone as an individual, and some of us are not as able as some, but I still believe that they play a very important part in our world today.
Okay, thank you.
You're
They
welcome.
are part of everyday community. I think some people with certain disabilities may feel they need to get together with people who have similar disabilities, who can then share their feelings and what they're going through.
Okay, thank you.
I think it depends on the person, like what they feel comfortable with. I know that if you were deaf, it'd be easier to probably work with other deaf people, and have your friendship group would probably be other deaf people, just because you can communicate a lot easier with those people. But that's not to say that you can't join the wider community. I just think that it depends on the individual and who they feel comfortable with, etc.
Okay, thank
What
you.
do I think of disability? Well, I think that someone with a disability is just like everyone else. How do I know? Because I have JIA, or juvenile idiopathic arthritis, and I'm just like any other teenager. I do my assignments, including art projects. I don't let arthritis get in the way of me getting good grades. In fact, I'm known to all the teachers as a student who works a little too much, as you can probably see. I'm also learning piano, and yes, I'm not amazing at it, but this is because I've just started learning it and has nothing to do with me having arthritis. I love practicing because it gives me energy. That is, as long as I get it right. Even if I have arthritis in my right wrist, I still love colouring in, and I'm currently working on pictures for a school competition. I also like helping out in my school's library, and don't let arthritis get in the way of me becoming a library monitor.
People with disabilities are the exact same as everyone else. You shouldn't let a disability stop you from doing the things you truly love. Everyone is different. Everyone has their own strengths and weaknesses. That means people with disabilities are the exact same as everyone else. Thank you for watching this presentation. I hope you enjoyed it and learned a thing or two about disabilities.